Hello, good people. Welcome back to another video of Terra Magica. Yes, I am joined with my good friend Coastercad. Hello.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up? How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Nice, nice. You gave us a little tour last time of the two new additions you did into the zoo. And today it is my turn. We have a speed build in front of us. And today I'm actually building something I honestly think is one of my coolest builds. I don't say best, but one of my coolest builds in Planet Zoo. Which is a swamp hut. Me and Coastercad have been wanting to start on the swamp area for quite a bit. Kind of like figuring out the style and what we want to go for it. So I was just the other day, you know, thinking I have to try and do this. I feel inspired by this, so I went in and did that today. I didn't really know, first of all, where to put the hut, so I just built it here for now. I had sun pretty much on all sides, so it was kind of nice to build. But at the end I put it up at the end or at the back of the castle. But I told you last video that I am using some newer pieces, as you already can see here. I think I'm using all the thatch roofs in this one. Literally, all of it. There's just something about the thatch roof in this game, isn't there?
Yeah, these ones are nice, man. I mean,
compared to Coaster.
I like the low colors, like the brownish colors. I mean,
yes.
if you look at the Planko ones or in some other games, they're always so bright. You know?
Yeah, and I kind of.
They look too cartoony, and this one's better, I think.
Yes, all of them are literally. It's just annoying that with these thatch roofs that we don't have like all thatch roofs aren't the same. It's like all of them goes for different sort of styles, which is completely fine. But it's just annoying when like you can see this roof here. I didn't really want to use this new Indonesian thatch roof. I wanted to use like the bamboo one, but it just didn't have the same like square pieces and like smaller off-grid pieces as this Indonesian one we got. So I had to like improvise, and then I put some grass in it too, as you can see, which looks more like thatch too, right?
Yeah, and I really like that when you add the grass, it really adds to the detail and really breaks the do you call it?
Yeah, it breaks up the pattern, which I like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really smart, you know. And hope you guys take notes because yeah.
But at the end,
I'm not been using it much, so yeah, I will definitely do that when I use this. I will just add some grass. And, yeah.
Yeah,
it's really
I mean,
simple, but it's really smart, and you just have to think of it, you know.
Yeah, because I was like, I want this like this yellowish thatch roof color in it, right? But since the pieces in the game didn't really allow me to, you can see I'm trying to mix up this with the other one, and I kind of in some way make it work by just like putting up tons of stuff there to so it kind of mingle together nicely. And as you can see here too, I use these small branches here, which I've never really used for detailing in that situation here before, which also really works well. You know, I want to use products that you see around a swamp. You know, I wanted to make it look like it was, you know, like soggy and like wonky and, you know, all those things, right?
Yeah, it's like, you know, just build something with all the stuff you can find in a swamp, you know?
Exactly.
With the materials, yeah, it really works.
And it
already see that.
Yeah, and I was just kind of like trying to do that, and also that's why I told last video that I'm using a lot of new pieces, as you can see, like especially these branches, like these lianas here. I'm using for to make like window arches here, and it just works. I was really liking this, as I told you when I was building it. It was such a fun build for me to use or build because all these new pieces and this new shape I made for it, and you know, it really took a turn to the better, and I really like that. Really like that. I do end up adding more thatch to to this roof on top here, where I built the roof pieces. But it just looks better when you put like the thicker thatch on top of here. And sometimes you just kind of like have to do that. As you can see, I apparently forgot to record here when I did that. So I'm using that, making this little roof topper, and then I added the thatch roof as I talked about. And then I'm just trying to make it open so it can kind of work as a chimney, but also as a little extra spire, like topper thing, you know. And I think that's I think it really adds to the build. This kind of like finished off the shaping, the base of the whole build. Yeah.
I just love how you just make it just a tiny bit crooked, you know. Just you can barely see it, but it's still, yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's a little bit wonky.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to build every section in their own building. So if it was, I could, as you saw me, I could like just take one bit and then just make it a little bit wonky at a time. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you do that little tiny bits. It's like you can't really see it, but your mind still processes it. So you know. Exactly,
and especially also now when you know it.
Yeah, but now that you know, but even if you don't, I mean, that's really important. Like in theme park design, I think, when you do these builds, that you put so much detail and you can't really see everything, or you can't remember everything, but you still get immersed because you know your mind still processes it somehow.
Yes, I 100%.
When you look at the picture, and like 10 seconds, and I will ask you afterwards, was chimney crooked or the dome top crooked or not? You can't remember, but it still adds to the experience, if you know what I mean.
Yes, 100%. Yes, and that's like that's what kind of goes with swamp huts and like shacks, you know, because they're built on top of a swamp, so sometimes like the water in itself have made all the wood all soggy and makes the whole building kind of like fall or like collapse a bit, you know. And that's also kind of like my vibe to it. And I'm not saying that the whole swamp area should be based upon this sort of style, but it gives us a nice look into what we kind of want to do with the swamp. Because this build kind of like, I still think this doesn't, like you can still have a normal shack a few, like a little bit further away from this guy and still have it mix very well with the surroundings because it's a swamp area. So a lot of these buildings we're gonna make are gonna be like this sort of soggy and a little bit and kind of derelict a little bit and overgrown with vines and all that stuff, you know. So, but I think this is a good part, guys. This could kind of like be the sort of the witch huts of the swamp, you know. Everyone fears her or something like that. So
glad you grouped the dome topper though, because might need to do some stealing, eh?
But,
yeah, the dome topper is so good. I love it.
Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. But yeah, as you can see, like having this sort of mix with all the thatch roofs were also kind of like it took some time to make it look natural in a sense because it's so different colors, you know, the thatch roof. But as long as I just didn't take the crazy yellow thatch roof and I just had it with this tropical and the Indonesian one, I kind of feel like it had a good it did a good job here. So
yeah, and I really liked how you made it non-symmetrical. It really works for, you know, the swamp fight.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a really good call.
Thank you, man. What was really fun was also like when it came to, you'll see it at some point in the video where I had to like make all the pillars and supports like crooked all the way around. When I start doing that, it actually adds so much to it. Yeah, I'm really happy for the end result here. And honestly, building with these pieces just opened up so many more things for me, like how I can use the pieces and stuff, you know. You especially these tangle lianas here, they are amazing, dude.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They
they're really versatile. Like you use them here. Yeah.
Especially
definitely,
for this.
I'm definitely getting inspired looking at this. Yeah.
Yay. But yeah, it's but as soon as I start going over to the swamp area and adding the stairs and the ivy, and I also add gators actually. Oh, I totally forgot to say that. We're adding gators, but the cinematics and stuff you might not spot them because it's a swamp area, you know, so they're like very sneaky. But yeah, I had to like make it very small so to kind of like get them to swim around there, and they actually do, man. It's actually super fun when you can see their eyes just above the ivies and stuff. But unfortunately, I didn't really get any good shots or cinematics of that. But that is what it is. But there's still gators there, so yay, more animals to Terra Magica.
Yay, yes.
Yay! I also wanted some turtles.
What other animals can we use in like the swamp area?
That's a good question, actually. I don't know if we can use the crowned cranes. I mean, I know they're not really usually work or in swamp area, but maybe just have some sort of bird vibe walking around there. I don't know. Could be a thing we could do. I also had to divide, but you'll see that when we get over there. But yeah, now we're getting to like the fun part where I said before, I kind of have the base of the whole swamp hut now. So now I want to add like these sort of extra things like some lookout windows and
oh yeah, that's where the fun starts, you know.
Yes, exactly.
And you get the details and the clutter.
This is where you mix everything together nicely and hopefully make it look good. Unfortunately, about using this thatch roof is that, as you can see, it's very difficult to kind of like close it off, so I could just get like this soft background. But it ended up being very good, and I could actually just use a black shape to put in there. So yeah, it's really nice, as I told you, man. Like, you know, having all these pieces here.
We can use a lot of these different, like these windows. Like the hedge, you know, for other huts maybe.
Yes.
Obviously, we're not gonna do too much huts. It doesn't have to be a city, but you know, we can just make different variations.
Yes.
It's such a good base for any hut, really.
Thank you, man. And I think so too. I think it gives us a good like situation on what we want and what we can kind of do with the swamp area. I kind of get it. It kind of gives me a little bit of. I know Shrek's swamp is like a tree stump and stuff, but as soon as I get it over there where I want to build it, I do get like a little like cartoony Shrek sort of vibe. Sorry. After I kind of get it mixed in with this other stuff, as you can see here now, now it's the fun stars, right? Trying to add some vines, ivy. Try to make this build pop up and extra interesting after we starting to have all these things here. And this was before I moved it, and this was before I actually sent the picture to you. The first situation where I had to move it into another file. But it's really doing like. I just love Planet Zoo in this matter of these pieces that we have, man. They are incredible. Like I'm over the moon over all these pieces that they're providing to us. Like,
yeah, I mean, you can see how much you can do.
Is
how much you have to choose from, you know, so much.
Yes, and then it looks good too because of this engine and like just like I just sometimes it's just so fun to build something because you know how the game will make it look after. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so satisfying. I mean, I'm not saying...
I really love how you put out the planks, man. You know, make the different, you know...
Yes.
Some are put out, some are put in. That really works. I mean, it's such a simple thing to do, but it really adds to the build, yeah.
It really does, it really does.
I always do that myself as well, my build, so...
It's important to do so. Also, like turning the planks around as I did in the start too, all the way around that dome there, so you don't get the same textures, and it's just very important to do that because it really adds to the final result. Like, this is what I'm talking about, like having all these like wonky pillars going back and forth and not even straight, and just holding just being the support for it, right? And it really looks good too, as you can see here now when we start to get more added. Adding some ropes all to them too, and yeah, this, as I told, I went all in with, and as I also have mentioned to you before, what I envy about your builds sometimes is that you finish them completely, where sometimes for me, like I have a whole backside that needs to be done. I focus more on the front and stuff. Where this time I actually have 100% completed build, so I'm also very excited for that.
That's nice, son. That's nice. I'm happy.
Yes. So of course, like the surroundings, the area, the swamp area needs, of course, more work. But the whole build itself is done. So
I do love the ropes on the beams. I gotta remember that one.
yes, it adds to it as well.
That's a really good detail. Yeah.
Yes. So now we're moved behind the castle, behind the big terrain, the town we're gonna have, and then I try to build, added the swamp hut here, and then try to add those things I told you about that makes it give that extra swamp feeling with foliage and ivy, trees, gators, lots of cool things. And what I love about this too is that I feel like when you build these things, it's kind of like a painting. You have to think about it as your canvas, right? Like you have to fill out the gaps and make it look pretty and kind of sort of realistic, even though it's a fantasy part. But that's kind of like what I was going for here, and I am so happy for the result. And also what I told you, Coastercad, is that I had to put a glass barrier in the middle of this lake we had, so I could divide it by only coloring this sort of section green, the water, and put some mist and fog into the water too, so we don't have an entire section that just like goes crazy with the FPS and stuff. And also to give the gators some smaller spaces to swim on. It'll make sense when you see it though, but it was just a thing I had to do to keep the gap small and all the areas intact.
Yeah, it's important to think of those things.
Yeah.
You're obviously more Planet Zoo expert than me, so yeah.
You're
probably would put in the gators and go swim around.
yeah.
So
as you can see also with the ladder and the platform here too, I kind of made it like some of them broken and some of it falling into the water. A little bit wonky stairs, right? Which I also really like, which is a very important thing to do too when you make this sort of area. So now I'm just going crazy with the foliage, man. Watch this area turn into a swamp within like a few minutes now.
Yeah. Yeah, now he's going to stage. I mean, I've seen the pictures, of course, and I hope you guys are taking notes because this is going to be so good when how the hut will fit in the environment.
Yes.
But, like he said, you will see it in a few minutes.
Exactly, and as you can see, I'm using the ivy to put a little bit under and on top of the water, so it gives this super nice swampy look to it. And that's what I'm saying, it looks so cool when the gators are actually swimming around it. Unfortunately, I just couldn't get a proper video of it though. But yeah, as you can see, using the sleeping willow here and some trees that has a big nice foundation to them. And then we're just kind of closing off the area here. And yeah, it's pretty much what's happening. I didn't really know exactly what to do, but it was literally just improvising and just trying to fill in the gaps and make this area look spot on as a swamp, you know. So yeah. So as I said, within a few minutes you have a swamp area here. And as you can see, I didn't put the gators in yet. There will be added in at the end. So when you get into the zoo next time, Coastercad, there'll be a little section with the I had to put like the animal, where they get the animals from and stuff, that workshop stuff there.
So I do have a question though, because you're just taking the trees you think would fit in nicely, right? You're not using any filters like South American.
No, I'm actually.
You're just going with your guts, right?
Yes, but I am actually,
Yeah, exactly.
as I told you, I am actually trying to go for swampy kind of trees, right? So, which I feel like these kind of does the job with. So yeah, it's pretty much what it's all about. Trying to make it look nice at the end there too, and some clutter pieces here and there. And then I'm also doing a little bit of nighttime lighting too, which I really like thought came out very nice too.
Like the clutter in the swamp, yeah, that's a nice goal.
Yes, just adding up the last bits, you know, to give that extra feeling, some more vines, ivies, and all that stuff. And then I wanted to have some windows as well, so I added a few custom windows in here, so we get a little bit of lighting from the inside too. Maybe a little bit wonky. I love this piece they gave us, dude. This little frame for windows.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah,
it really is perfect, especially if you want to make these whimsical, wonky builds. Adding in some drapes too, and then putting in that emissive glass panel, so we get some. We close it off, but because I didn't want to make an interior, dude. There's no need to do that, you know. So I just wanted to close it off, so you can't really see inside, but it just gives a nice lighting. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't really need an interior.
No, that's not the main point.
I mean,
here.
you can have guests walk there. Or, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Because like the swamp area itself will not be very explorable for people to do, because it'll mainly be you have to walk on these planks and stuff all the way around, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be nearly impossible to do padding and make it look good in the swamp.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll probably just be around it. I'm using this new bark panel piece too here, as you can see. Kind of like, which also I feel like fits very well for like a swamp build if you have to use like natural resources. Yeah, and then putting up a few lighting here and there. You can see I put some steam in the water now and colored it green, and yep, it's really getting there now. So it's I'm pretty satisfied with this. As I said, this is probably one of my coolest builds. I don't think it's one of my best builds, but we're definitely getting there.
You know what I really like about this is that it's really, from what we have so far in Terra Magica, this one is really unique. And you know, it's different from all the other builds. But we still made it fit in the world. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And, yeah, that's hard, and yeah, you really fucking nailed it, man. I love this so much.
Thank you, bro.
Like when you showed the screenshots to me the first time, I was really blown away. And you know, I'm always honest, so when I don't like something, I say it. And
yes.
This is really great.
Thank you, man. I really, really appreciate it.
The vibe is so good, and how it's staged as well, man. It's so good.
Thank you, man. Thank you. But guys, I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. And Coastercad, thank you for your kind words. Guys, leave a like and a comment down below. And me and Coastercad can't wait to see you guys in our next Terra Magica video.
See you later, guys.
Thanks for joining me, man. Have a good day, all. Bye-bye.